Why are military-age men pouring across the United States border being given refuge, given cell phones, given ID cards, given money, being taken care of? Why is this happening in the United States? And the Biden administration pretends that it's not happening, but we have the footage. Take a look at your screen. Of course, these are multiple reports now of military-age men pouring across the United States border. And it seems like mostly from China. So it's been a great mystery over the past year. Why are they doing this? Why are they arriving? If you're fleeing a war zone, you of course show up with your children, your women, your wives, right? These are people that you are saving, the families that you are bringing and trying to find a better life for. But no, there's no children, there's no wives, there's no women. It's just men. Well, at least until yesterday, we could speculate. We had some idea why this was happening. But on the floor of the United States Senate, Senator Dick Durbin has now let the cat out of the bag and explains exactly why this is happening.
What troubles me about the debate now about the southern border is it is one half of the immigration equation. Yes, we need order at the border. Yes, we need to have changes in the laws that reflect the reality of the overwhelming numbers from all over the world who are coming to our shores and our border. But there's also an incredible demand for legal immigration into this country even now. The presiding officer, my colleague from the state of Illinois, has legislation which addresses one aspect of that. Her bill, and I hope I describe it accurately, says that if you're an undocumented person in this country and you can pass the physical and the required test, background test, the like, you can serve in our military, and if you do it honorably, we will make you citizens of the United States. Do we need that? Do you know what the recruiting numbers are at the Army and the Navy and the Air Force? They can't reach their quotas each month. They can't find enough people to join our military forces. And there are those who are undocumented who want the chance to serve and risk their lives for this country. Should we give them the chance? I think we should. And let me tell you about other...
So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. It seems like we have an answer to the great mystery now, why this is happening. Someone who's been tracking these military-age men coming across the border is Anthony Rubin from muckraker.com. He's been doing amazing reporting on this, deep into the jungles. He's been tracking this through South America, from Ecuador, tracking these migrants all the way up to the United States border, and so much more that we could talk about. Anthony, welcome back to the show. Good to see you.
Thank you so much for having me on, Clayton. I appreciate it.
My pleasure. It's great to have you back. Specifically today, we could talk about so much of your travels, and we'll have you back and we can talk more about what you saw in Ecuador and other parts south of the border. But today, I specifically wanted to focus on this military-age men Chinese story. So you've seen the videos at the border, of course. You've seen your reporting. You saw Senator Dick Durbin there basically confirming why they're coming across. What did you discover and uncover in your travels as you were tracking these individuals?
Yeah, absolutely. So as it relates to the Chinese, I mean, as you said, we could talk about so much here. This crisis is extremely complex. But as it relates to the Chinese and what I saw, the Chinese have basically established dedicated networks along their route all the way to the United States. And so what we discovered along our trip from Ecuador all the way to the United States border are dedicated hotels, basically dedicated hubs where these Chinese illegal aliens stop at. And, it's like known along their route that you will stop at these specific hotels. One of the ones that we stopped at was this hotel in Pasto, Colombia. And we just stumbled upon it by accident. It happened to be near an airport there. And we showed up, and we were the only people that were staying at that hotel that were not Chinese. And all of them, every single one of them, was headed to the United States. They were either going to be continuing and crossing through the Darien Gap, or if they had the appropriate visa, they were going to be flying directly into Mexico and then crossing up there. But the point is that, whereas, for example, the Venezuelans, as an example, they are extremely poor. They just kind of trek up on foot. They'll pitch tents along the way, stuff like that. The Chinese have dedicated hubs, hotels that they'll actually stay at along the way, and it's a very advanced route system.
So it's an advanced route system structured by whom? Who's setting this route system up? Is it the United States? Is it NGOs? Is it the Chinese government?
As far as I know, it's done by Chinese for Chinese. I don't have any evidence. We know that the United Nations footprint is all over this route to the United States. But as far as these hubs go, there is no evidence that I have to indicate that it's run by the United States or the United Nations. It appears to be just Chinese by Chinese for Chinese. You had me on this past summer. We discussed a blueprint that I was giving by a Chinese illegal alien. That's how we actually, followed this route. We just followed that same blueprint. Everybody, I saw the comments on your show after you published it. They thought I was lying to you, or that I was some sort of conspiracy theorist. And now we've actually followed the route. I mean, now I have all the evidence. And so